Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and today's video. So today is going to be our 34th Will I Buy It video, and as usual I don't really know what we're gonna talk about, but I just wanted to mention that I have a film this look. I actually used the Lemonade palette from Dominique Cosmetics. It looks like this. I guess that you have seen a bunch of different videos on it, so if you don't want to see it, you can just skip it, but that will be live like next week or the week before that. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to pre-film a lot because I'm trying to put a little bit more time into editing and thumbnails and like figure all of that shit out, so it's just a mess. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I'm filming this on a Thursday because this Tuesday that is coming, so the 28th, my boyfriend Niklas, it's his birthday, so we are going to celebrate it this weekend. So don't really think I will have time to film this Will I Buy It video during the weekend, and I just felt like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit down this Thursday so I can have time to film this and edit this and, you know, have a little bit more time on my hands because this weekend is going to be crazy. And yeah, I just wanted to spoil him and, like, you know, so that's it. So if there is any releases throughout Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday, whatever, I will not talk about them, but we will talk about them next week. So this was all for my longest intro. Don't forget to subscribe. I upload almost every single day and I am a cruelty-free YouTuber. I wanted to talk about Makeup Revolution because last week we talked about the fact that Makeup Revolution and Emily Noel were doing a collab and they finally revealed what it is. They have come out with two palettes, and one is a little bit of a smaller palette, which is called the Need palette, which is basically what I would assume. I haven't watched Emily's video on this, but I assume this is what she kind of needs to do when she does her makeup. And then she has also created a bigger palette, which is called the Wants palette. So I guess that it's, you know, all the shades that, oh my god, all the shades that she wants. English is not my first language, guys. So the Needs palette is definitely not a palette that I will pick up. It's way too basic for me, and I would never use this. Let's be real here. I would never use this. I am wearing my yellow shirt because I feel like my eye makeup is too muted today. I'm like, oh my god, no, where's my pinks? Where's my, like, you know, I like bold and strong colors, or like something really grungy. Colorful grunge is my favorite. Then we are gonna talk about the Wants palette. This is what it looks like. I think that this is stunning, actually. It contains a lot of cool tones. It does contain some warm tones as well, like some oranges and stuff like that, but the shade that is called corduroy. What is that? Is that like a fabric? Corduroy. It feels like I have heard that. And then Grateful, Side Hustle, PP, Belle Violet. Like, a lot of these shades are actually really pretty. I would love the palette to be a little bit smaller, but you know what? I don't really care. It also comes with this huge mirror, which is really nice. Let me see. The Needs palette is $15. And then I would assume that the Wants palette is $20. So if you would like me to pick this one up, I can, and then I can review it. So just leave your thoughts down below just so I know. I think that she did an amazing job, and it was actually way better than I thought, because when I think about Emily, I think about, you know, the basic makeup. But I'm so happy that she did two palettes so she could get her Needs and then her Wants. I think that that is really smart, and I really am liking that. Another thing I wanted to talk about is something that kind of hasn't been really welcomed by open arms by the beauty community, and it's that Jaclyn Hill is doing her 5th collab with Morphe. The reason why people are upset is because she recently launched the Vault. I actually picked up two palettes that I got this week. I picked up, yeah, you can't really see them, but I picked up the Bling Boss palette and then the Dark Magic palette, but I have not even swatched them. I haven't touched them at all. I asked you guys on my Instagram before if I should do a video with one of the Morphe palettes or the Lemonade palette, and you guys voted for the Lemonade palette, so that's why I haven't done a video on it yet. I'm not really sure. Like, yeah, okay, sorry, I'm just kind of spitting out of control here. But the reason why people are upset is, first of all, when she released the Vault, it was lacking in consistency, so they had to pull that back. And now it looks like, I don't know if you have heard this, because I know that not a lot of you guys or all of you guys watches drama channels, but I actually came across a video that I thought was really interesting, so I actually watched it. And it was with the Vault that Ulta sells has a V2 on it, but it seems to have the same batch numbers as the first Vault. People have asked Morphe if they can release the first batch numbers on all, like the first Vault, so that they can see that they have different batch numbers on the ones that they have sent out now. But Morphe are not, like, they don't want to reveal the batch numbers for some reason, which is crazy to me. So it seems like people that have bought the palettes on Ulta, maybe even like the palettes that I have purchased are from the first collection. I'm not really sure about that. Also, you have to keep in mind that some palettes were good and some palettes seems to be worse, so I'm not really sure. So that is why some people are upset, because it feels like they released this so that we would draw less attention to the eyeshadow palettes, which is not gonna happen. Another thing that people are a little bit upset about is the fact that Jaclyn always says, like, this has taken me years, this has taken me years, this has taken me years. Like, she said that the first palette that they did, the big Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, took them 2 years, and now she said that this took them 2 years, or even 1 year, I don't really remember. And now she said that she has worked on this for so many years, it says. So I'm not really sure. And then also the price. So if you want to purchase all of these brushes, you have to pay $165. And I think that that is really expensive for Morphe brushes. So you do get 24 brushes, but it's like they take Sigma prices, and like I wouldn't pay that much for Morphe brushes. I'll be honest and say that some brushes I have from Morphe have so good quality, but all of those brushes comes from the vegan collection. I bought one of these like vegan set that we had, and those brushes are really, really good. But then I have like the brushes, these two brushes for instance, and then I have a lot of face brushes, but they are kind of just shedding and they're just not that good. So I would not pay that much for these brushes. Then you can purchase only, let's see, you can purchase only the face brushes for $58 or only the eye brushes for $42, but I mean, yeah, no. Then I also want to say, like, a lot of people are also upset because the fact that Jaclyn is taking so much time collaborating with Morphe instead of coming out with her own line. I'm just gonna say, like, Jaclyn can do whatever the F she wants. That's not up to me to like decide if she's gonna come out with a brand or not. But from my understanding, I have heard that Jaclyn bought a piece of Morphe. So I would assume that what Morphe earns, she earns a percentage of that as well. And then I also have to say that I have actually lost a little bit of trust for Jaclyn. I love Jaclyn, I love Jaclyn's bubbly personality, but I just feel like with all of these controversy that she has had, with all of the bad products that she has slapped her name on, that makes me not really trust her. So I will not purchase the brushes. So it seems like our prayers have been answered. Juvia's Place is coming out with highlighters, and these are not gonna be any highlighters. These are gonna be loose highlighters. And if you would have asked me like 6 months ago, I would be like, no loose highlights. But since I've tried the Wet n Wild ones, I think that loose highlighters are amazing. They're so freaking stunning. If one brand can do highlights for a deeper complexion, it's Juvia's Place. They are black owned, and they will probably focus very much on highlights for the deeper complexion, and I think that that is awesome. So I guess that these will be, oh my god, these will be launched August 25th, which is when I'm recording this in 2 days, but when you see this, it's already live. So let me know if you have purchased. I don't really know the price, but keep in mind that you can use codes and everything. Yeah, exciting. So last week I didn't have the time to talk about this, but this is a new collection from Flesh. And Flesh just grinds my gears. I cannot with Flesh. It's just such a weird name on a brand, and as I've said before, they're owned by Revlon, so I am like not trusting that they won't start testing on animals. It feels like they will. Anyway, the things that they are coming out with are just so... Oh, look at this. This is a Flesh book. What is this called? This is called a flip book, which is a glow on the go. Sheets infused with blush, bronzer, and highlight. So these are basically small papers where you will apply your bronzer with. Like, I don't get that. I need a video from someone that's gonna try this because it sounds very gimmicky, but it sounds very innovative, but it sounds also like something that I would never purchase. They're also coming out with Fleshy Lips, which is their new lipsticks. So, don't forget to purchase your fleshy lips. No. This brand just makes me cringe. So Labelle UK is coming out with a new palette, and I actually own one of their palettes and I have done a review on it. I thought that the mattes were fine, but the shimmer were nothing special. I didn't hate the mattes, no, the shimmers I mean, but they weren't my favorite. Like, I felt like there's some improvement in the shimmers, but they're coming out with a full matte palette, and this is a rainbow palette. I think that this palette is really pretty. I love the green shade that they included. I love the marmalade shade, the Barbie, the Magneta, the plum, the tomato. Like, the only one I can live without is the black, but we all know how I feel about blacks. This will be $20, which is a fair price. Is it? Like, I always have to check how much it is in my country to see if I think that it's fine or not. But yeah, I actually think that this is a fair price, and this will launch August 31st. So it's very, very soon, just in a couple of days. So we all know that Tarte is such an innovative brand, and they're always coming out with a bunch of new things. That's interesting. No. They are coming out with a blush book, and I know that people are raving over their blushes. I actually got one of their blushes from one of you. Thank you, Nessa. This is what it looks like. I have used this once. This is called Party. And yeah, I think it's nice. I haven't really used it that much. That's why I put it in my makeup bag, so I will remember to use it. But yeah, like, they're coming out with a new blush book. This is their blush book 4, it says. It feels like if you have purchased their blush book, then you don't need this one. Like, if you have purchased one of their blush books, you don't really need it because they kind of include the same shades all the time. But this will launch for $44, and you will get how many blushes? 10, which is a fair price. So Smashbox is coming up with a new palette. This is the Smashbox, what is it called? Ultraviolet. And this is one of their Covershot palettes. We are on the trend of like purple palettes at the moment. Maybe not purple palettes, but a lot of those purple tones. It feels like the consumers and the brands have heard that, okay, we're done with warm tone palettes, so what's next? So they are coming up with a bunch of purple palettes. I actually think that this palette is very, very pretty. I think that it's very, very pretty, but it's not something that I will want to get. I'm kind of over Smashbox Covershot palettes. I've never personally tried one. I don't own a single product from Smashbox, actually. But I feel like it's time for them to do something else and then also improve their formula, because what I have heard, their formula is not the best. So BH Cosmetics has been on my radar. I feel like this is a brand that is evolving and that is coming out with a bunch of fun things. Yes, they have come out with some pretty boring stuff as well, but not everything can cater to me and my makeup need. But now they're coming up with some glitters. glitters. They will launch for $7 each and they are already available. I think that they are pretty. It says that they are loose glitters and they are vegan. I think that they're pretty, but I'm kind of over glitters. Like, I don't use glitter that much. I like a pretty shimmer, but glitter, no. You know, I do my own nails and I need to redo them. Maybe I am doing my nails when you see this video. I'm not really sure. But when I am doing my nails, and if I apply glitter on my nails, like, I will have glitter in my apartment for a month. At least a month. That's just like, so I can't deal with glitter. I can't. So speaking of makeup revolution, I am planning on purchasing, or I'm thinking about it anyway, and this is something that I've been thinking about for a very long time, so don't hold me to this, but I'm thinking of if I should purchase, like, place an order at them and purchase a bunch of different shit and just to try out, because they're constantly coming out with new stuff. They're like the new ColourPop, but this is from their Pro line. They do have a Pro line now, and this is called Revolution Pro, and they're coming out with some liquid illuminators, and I am on a hunt for a really good liquid illuminator. I have already tried the one that is like the Cover FX enhancer drops, just so you guys know, but this will launch for $7, which is, I'm not really sure, it kind of depends on how much is in it, but they maybe can be good. I'm not really sure. So LA Girl is coming up with some new primers, and these are color correcting primers. I feel like LA Girl has been kind of behind a little bit. When I saw this poster first, I was like, oh, what is Revolution coming out with now? But then I realized that, oh my god, it's not Revolution, it's LA Girl. I'm not gonna pick these up. No, not for me. It's nothing for me. I never color correct. Never. No. So this is a palette that I saw last week, but I completely forgot to talk about. This is a ColourPop and Carucci, which is I'm looking at pictures and I honestly don't really know who she is. And it says that they have done 3 collabs before, and I have no idea what collabs those are. But honestly, ColourPop does collabs like all the freaking time, so I'm not really sure. And this collection looks boring. Boring, boring, and bored. The palette, can we please move on? I don't get I don't get what ColourPop is doing. People, they come out with something and people are like, no, more color, and they're like, okay, and they come out with another boring palette, like a bunch of different brown shades, and they're like, can we get more colors? And they're like, oh, more colors, you said, here's another neutral palette. And I'm just like, I haven't placed a ColourPop order in such a long time now. I'm just bored with them. I just can't. Let's talk about this. This is a sneak peek from Halo Beauty. And I'll be honest and say, like, the first time I saw this picture, I thought, what, is this like breast pills now? Is she coming up with pills for your boobs? Because I thought that the thing that she has right here was to cover up her breasts so you shouldn't see them. Like, that was the sneak peek. And I was just like, but she cannot come out with that. And then I read what Trendwood had posted, and they were like, it might be a skincare product. And I was like, ah, okay. So that is basically just something that's gonna like reflect the light onto her face. And I just felt so stupid. I was like, breast pills. Anyway, I don't think that I will be purchasing anything from Halo Beauty now or in the future. That was all from me. I hope it was really okay with you guys that I'm filming this on a Thursday, because as I said, I don't have time, so yeah, I hope that's okay. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Like the video if you liked it, dislike the video if you didn't like it, and I will see you guys tomorrow with my Hasina 2 review. So stay tuned for that. Bye!